huge news for the external factors having a grasp on this markets, guys. Today we have a lot of big news coming out in the bell, from Trump to perhaps tariffs and the European Central Bank. Okay, so things are looking kind of shaky in my opinion. Good and bad things are coming out, guys, and we're going to break this down for everyone, because I do feel like something is brewing, to say the least, right? And it will impact the whole world, whether you like it or not. So we may as well prepare. Please like today's video and let's go. Breaking: the European Central Bank has cut interest rates by 25 basis points to 2%, marking its 8th rate cut. This puts interest rates in Europe at their lowest levels since early 2023. That's so insane, right? So the European Central Bank is still cutting their interest rates down bit by bit, guys, right here and there. Now this is crazy because, whatever happens to these other central banks throughout the world will impact the Fed, and then they'll follow through. At some point they have to, right? Why is all these other central banks cutting, but the Fed is not? So ECB cuts 8 times, but the Federal Reserve, how many times have they cut, guys? Interest rates? Well, yeah, it's 0 times. That's a little bit weird, isn't it? Right? That's so strange, isn't it? Well, to me, it isn't, because ask yourself, okay, so the European Central Bank is cutting, which is actually bullish for markets, okay? It's bullish for markets, guys. But on the other hand, the Fed isn't cutting, right? ECB cutting, check mark, Fed isn't. Now, I think the reason this is like a whole show, guys, for them to really bring down the markets. At some point they'll induce and manufacture a actual recession, right? So then that'll be the excuse for for Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed. Well, he will be like, yeah, okay, perfectly timed. Let us start cutting, because the stock market is collapsing right before our eyes, and that's what they want to happen, right? Before we see that quote-unquote demonic rally, okay, or more so heavenly rally, guys, I do believe we're going to see lower prices. Now, it may not be today, tomorrow, but in the coming months, maybe towards summertime, I don't know, right? Trump will be most displeased, guys. That's so crazy, right? It's so crazy. Now, the reason why the ECB cut in the first place is because to global pressures, right, including Trump's proposed tariffs on EU imports, as the world right now is like in a weird place. Now, if we do follow the money from the ECB, right? Well, the ECB is a minion to the Fed. I believe so myself, guys, right? And the Fed got the call from the higher ups, no cutting until they truly bring upon a black swan event. Though global M2 is still rising, right? Which means Bitcoin will rise due to that, guys, if it is following liquidity. Or will it deviate, okay, something like this, right, like that, and then catch up crazy fast due to money printing, right, with global liquidity later on. Now, Trump comes out and says, ADP number out. Too late, quote unquote, too late. Powell must now lower the rate. He is unbelievable. Europe has lowered 9 times, right, or 8 times, or whatever. Trump is literally screaming, okay, that Jerome Powell must lower the damn rates. But Jerome Powell is still not changing his stance here, right? Again, he's not afraid of Donald Trump, guys, right? Again, why? Why do you think he's not, right? If Donald Trump told you to do something, you probably would do it, especially if you're in a certain position in government. Though, the Fed is independent of the gov. Don't you see? Supposedly, they have a lot of power, maybe more than Donald Trump himself. Interesting, isn't it? Why? Because they are the people or the entity that controls the whole financial system as we speak, right? The system that we are under right now is due to the Fed. If the Fed wasn't a thing, we wouldn't be here, You guys realize this? Now, this is ironic, or this is funny, right, in some manner, because Donald Trump nominated Jerome Powell in 2017. That's funny, right? He actually advocated for Jerome Powell, right? He knowing what Jerome Powell will do for the economy. Though now Trump is like, yeah, maybe you took a left turn somewhere, right, in your journey, and now he's pissed at Jerome Powell, guys, which is funny to think about. But again, this signals to me ECB is literally cutting rates extremely fast, right? It's like ECB knows that they are behind the curve, right, and they're trying to catch up, and they are, but the Fed is like, we don't care at all, right? We don't care at all, which is a good thing, because we need inflation to come down. We need all of the things to go level out, guys, right? It may be bad for the markets, but it's not going to be bad for the people. Now, United States initial jobless claims came in at 247,000. Expected was 236K, right? And previous was 240K. Unemployment is rising. Do you guys now understand why the Fed isn't cutting? We talked about this so long ago, right? Like so many times, but a long time ago. Do you guys remember this chart? I don't know if you guys do, but let me remind you. Basically, this is the unemployment rates, guys, right? On the higher time frames, because you cannot even go on the hourly, daily, minutely, right? Whatever. The minimum is a month is on a monthly chart, right? Because of the data that comes in. We're on the 6 months time frame though. Why is this? Why am I on the 6 months? There's literally a bullish divergence that got confirmed, I think, 5 months ago, right? It's about to hit 6 months here soon. Or no, I guess 6 months ago. No. Okay, 5 months ago. In 25 days, it's going to be 6 months. But, so about 5 months ago, the bullish divergence on the 6 monthly chart got confirmed, and look where we're at now. Okay, you know if a bullish divergence on that type of time frame, 6 months is the most ridiculous time frame of anybody's existence, especially this chart. This chart goes back to 1948. A 6 monthly bullish divergence means to me this thing is about to moon literally like that, and probably take that high and then come back all the way down. Yeah, if this were to happen, look what happened last time previously. That was 2020. Because usually bullish divergences take the previous high or low, right? If it's a bear div, it takes the previous low like this, right? If it's a bullish div on especially this high of a time frame, it takes the previous high, and the previous high was at 11. We're right now at 4.2. This was due to the 2020 event. If this thing in the coming months or this year goes like this, I wonder what event has to appear for this to like skyrocket like this, right? And then they bring upon $30-50 trillion money printing right here. The craziest run of XRP will hit $100 right here. And Bitcoin probably $1 million or something. I don't know, some crazy number, right? So yeah, the recession card isn't off the table just because the Fed isn't changing at all, right? The Fed doesn't care until, I guess, they see a black swan event. President Trump just spoke with Putin for the 75 minutes, and Putin said very strongly that he will respond, okay? And he basically said it was not a conversation that will lead to peace, right? So do we see what's maybe brewing here? What type of excuse they'll use, right? Yeah, so economies potentially, in a slowdown as we speak, with labor markets, guys. External factors with these other countries and nations are ramping up, right? Unemployment is rising. Something is about to blow through the roof, and I hope it doesn't, but I think it will. BlackRock's Fink, another puppet, major one at that, says a tariff-induced inflation likely to impact the United States economy over the next 5 months. So Larry Fink is like, United States is gonna get hit with inflation, right? Due to the tariffs. It's like a delay. Yeah, there's literally 10 issues here in the United States economy. The way to kill all these issues is you just throw one rock at them. Right, just one. And that is a black swan event. It will literally solve everything. It's not coming yet, though. It's not coming yet. If it does happen, let me tell you the trajectory of the path it may take. Okay? No one will tell you this. I don't think anybody will tell you this at all. But let me tell you. I think the trajectory, if a black swan were to appear, will be something like that. Okay? Beautifully timed. I think it's really like that, guys. We'll see, though. I don't know, right? I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just here to state my opinions. And thus far, we are correct because the Fed isn't changing at all their stance. And then we see what? Silver has joined the party, folks. Silver prices are now up plus 24% year to date and trading at their highest level since 2012. Precious metals are incredibly hot. If you see silver rising like this, there's an issue, guys, right? Mayday. Hey, we have an issue. What could that be? Silver never rises, right? Supposedly, it's rising after 33 years, or it's like a turtle, guys. If you see these precious metals on the move, something's brewing. And what has been happening to gold, right? Deja vu all over again from zero hedge. China opens and gold surges back at or to $3,370 and fast approaching record highs. Only this time, silver, now at 2025 highs, is also bought by Chinese accounts. So China knows something, seems like, right? If you see literally the precious metals ballooning throughout the stratosphere, why is that the case? Guys, I'm not here to spread sell hopium, right, or fearmonger or any of that stuff, guys. I'm neither a bear or a bull. The only bull I am is to XRP, because I believe XRP is a hedge to this whole, to everything that we see today. That's the only ultra bull I am. To everything else, I'm actually extremely bearish because of a collapse point. I don't think we'll see the collapse point yet. I think the markets will have to balloon to unimaginable heights, but before we get to that balloon stage is where, or the banana zone, right, is where they need to print so much money. But the way it's a double-edged sword, the way they'll print so much money is due to what? A recession. Dun dun dun. Last but not least, BlackRock are selling their Bitcoin. Follow the money. If they're selling, there's an issue. If you see this trend continue, prepare. But if this is just a one-time thing, it's okay. For now, I do feel like something is brewing. So, but you guys know my trajectory. I do still think they're gonna pump it a bit before any black swan does arrive, maybe in the months to come. Not Panichivais. All we have to do is look at the Fed, the master puppet, right? Because somebody's definitely controlling them, the puppeteers. What is this? So face amazingness. See ya. Wow.